Ladies and gentlemen and others, welcome to my show. Before the performance begins, I have a few things to get in order. First things first, turn off all cellular electronic devices as they interfere with the telly, as well as any books or reading, as nobody wants to be a stinky bookworm. Secondly, please become aware of the red exit signs around the theatre in case of an emergency. Lastly, we encourage you to feel free to laugh, clap and cheer throughout the show. Now, enjoy the story all about me, Matilda, the musical. All right.
Special little guy.
I am a princess.
And I am a prince.
Mum says I'm an angel sent down from the sky.
My daddy says I'm a special little soldier. No one is as handsome, strong as me.
It's true, he indulges my tendency to bulge,
but I'm his little soldier, up to for free.
My mummy says I'm a miracle. One look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day Doc chopped the umbilical cord, it's been clear there's no peer for a miracle like me. Ah!
My daddy says I'm a special little soldier. No one is as bold or tough as me. As my daddy told ya, one day when I'm older, I can be a soldier and shoot you in the face.
I can hardly move for beauty and brilliance these days. Seems that there are millions of these, one in a millions these days. Specialness is de rigueur, above average is average, go figure. It is some modern miracle of calculus that such frequent miracles don't render each one unmiraculous. My mummy says I'm a miracle. One look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day Doc shot the umbilical cord, it's been clear there's no peer for a miracle like me. My mummy says I'm a precious Marilina. She has never seen prettier Marilina. She says if I'm keen, I should cut down on the cream. But I'm a Marilina, so give me more cake!
Take another picture of our angel from this angle over here.
She is clearly more emotionally developed than her peers.
Oh dear. Honey, look at mummy.
Double tiny on your brother.
Smile for mummy, smile for mother.
I think she...
Take another.
Have you seen this school report? You got to see on this report. What? Have to change the school. The teacher's clearly falling short.
It's just delightful.
So hilarious and insightful.
Will she be a little brighter than her class? Oh yes, she's definitely advanced.
My mummy says I'm a miracle. One look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day Doc shot the umbilical cord, it's been clear there's no peer for a miracle like me. My mummy says I'm a miracle, that I'm as tiny and as shiny as a miracle. You can be all cynical, but it's a truth empirical. There's never been a miracle like me.
Look, is this gonna take much longer, Doctor? I've got a plane to catch at 3. I'm competing in the biannual International Amateur Salsa and Ballroom Dancing Championships in Paris.
You're getting on a plane, Mrs. Wormwood?
Of course I am. I always compete, Doctor. And this time, I have a secret weapon, Rudolfo. He's part Italian, you know. Very supple and has incredible upper body strength.
I
think we should have a talk.
So, what is it? What's wrong with me?
Mrs. Wormwood, do you really have no idea?
Wind?
Mrs. Wormwood, I want you to think very carefully. What do you think might be the cause of this?
Am I... Look, am I fat?
Mrs. Wormwood, you're pregnant.
What?
You're going to have a baby.
But I've got a baby, I don't want another one. Isn't there something you can do?
You're 9 months pregnant.
Antibiotics. Oh my good Lord. What about the biannual International Amateur Salsa and Ballroom Dancing Championships?
A baby, Mrs. Wormwood. A child. The most precious gift the natural world can bestow upon us has been handed to you. A brand new being, a life, a person, a wonderful new person is about to come into your life to bring love and magic and happiness and wonder.
Oh, bloody hell!
Every life I bring into this world restores my faith in humankind.
What? Miss Wormwood? What? I'll push you in a minute.
Each newborn life a canvas yet unpainted, this still unbroken skin, this uncorrupted mind. Every life is unbelievably unlikely. The chances of existence almost infinitely small. The most common thing in life is life. Yeah, every single life, every new life is a miracle. Miracle. Where is he?
Where is my son?
Mr. Wormwood, are you smoking a cigarette?
What? Oh, of course. I'm sorry, Doctor. What am I thinking? This calls for a proper smoke. Oh my good Lord. He's an ugly little thing.
This is one of the most beautiful children I have ever seen.
Oh my good Lord. Where's his thingy?
His what?
His thingy. His whatchamacallit. His dildo. What have you done with his thingy?
This child does not have a finger.
What? A boy with no thingy? Look what you've done, you stupid woman. This boy's got no thingy.
Mr. Wormwood, this child is a girl. A beautiful, beautiful little girl.
Is there still time for the biannual Inter-Championship Amateur Sauce?
Dance competition's over, you missed it. Now, I don't suppose we could exchange it for a boy now, could we?
This is the worst day of my life. Oh, my undercarriage doesn't feel quite normal. My skin looks just revolting in this foul fluorescent light. And this gown is nothing like the semi-formal, semi-Spanish gown I should be wearing in the semi-finals tonight. I should be dancing the tarantella, Pimonfella, Tandono, not dressed in hospital cotton with an ouchie front bottom. And this
Miracle, horrible, a miracle, smelly little horrible miracle I have ever seen. I can't find his Frankenbeat. Every life is unbelievable.
says I'm a bore. My mummy says I'm a jumped up little jam, that kids like me should be against the law. My daddy says I should learn to shut my pie hole. No one likes a smart-mouthed girl like me. Mum says I'm a good case for population control. Dad says I should watch more TV.
Yes, sir. That's right, sir. 155 brand new luxury cars, sir. Are they good runners? Well, let's put it this way. You wouldn't beat them in a race. No, sir. Yes, sir. Indeed, sir. Yes, they are good runners, sir. So, how much exactly is on the table?
Harry!
Hang on.
Look at this. She's reading. That's not normal for a 5-year-old. I think she might be an idiot.
Listen to this. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom.
Stop scaring your mother with that book, boy!
I'm a girl.
And she keeps telling me stories, Harry. Stories. I mean, who wants stories? It's not normal for a girl to be all thinking.
I'll call you straight back. Would you please shut up? I'm trying to pull off the biggest business deal of my life, and I have to listen to this. No, it's your fault. You spent us into trouble, and you expect me to get us out. What am I, a flaming escapologist?
Oh, escapologist, he says. What about me? Then I've got a whole house to look after for. Dinners don't microwave themselves, you know. If you're an escapologist, I must be an acrobat, the world's greatest acrobat to handle the lot. I'm off to bleach my roots, and I shan't be talking to you for the rest of the evening, you horrid little man. Ugh!
But I'm going to make us rich.
Rich? How rich?
Very, very rich. Russian businessman. Very, very, very stupid. Your genius husband is going to sell them 155 knackered old bangers as brand new luxury cars.
That's not fair. The cars will break down. What about the Russians?
Fair? Listen to the boy.
I'm a girl.
Fair does not get you anywhere, you thick-headed twit brain. All I can say is, thank heavens, Michael has inherited his old man's brains. Hey, son.
Michael.
Well, I shall take the money when you earn it, and I shall spend it, but I shan't enjoy it because of the despicable ways in which you have spoken to me tonight.
This is your fault with your stupid books and your stupid reading.
What? But I didn't do anything. That's not right.
Right? Right. I'll tell you something. You're off to school in a few days' time, and you won't be getting right there. Oh, no. See, I know your headmistress, Agatha Trunchbull, and I've told her all about you and your smarty pants ideas, see. Great, big, strong, scary woman she is. You should compete in the Olympics throwing the hammer. Imagine what she's going to do to a horrible, squeaky little goblin like you, boy.
I'm a girl.
Off to bed, you little stinkworm.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pot of water. So they say the subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. Innocent victims of that story.
I
Romeo and Juliet. 'Twas written in the stars before they even met. That love and fate and a touch of stupidity would rob them of the hope of living happily. The endings are often a little bit gory. I wonder why they didn't just change their story. We're told we have to do what we are told, but surely sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't act a little thing like it'll stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top of you, might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. Platinum blonde hair dye, extra strong, keep out of reach of children. Oil of violet hair tonic for men. Yep. In the slip of a bolt, there's a tiny revolt. The seed of a war in the creak of a floorboard. The storm can begin with a flap of a wing. The tiniest might packs the mightiest thing every day. Starts with a tick of a clock, all escapes. Starts with a click of a look. If you're stuck in your story and want to get out, you don't have to cry, you don't have to shout. 'Cause if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't act a little thing like it'll stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top, you won't change a thing. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. 'Cause nobody else is gonna put it right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
In business, son, a man's hair is his greatest asset. Now, good hair means a good brain. Now, the secret to my success in business... Secrets. Yes, secret. Yes, secrets. The secret to my success is this. Oil of Vinet's hair tonic for men. Now, stand back, son. Your old man is going to work. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it right there. That's it right there. That's the bananas right there, see? Whoa! Let me tell you something, son. A man in business simply cannot fail to get noticed when he looks like this. Secrets.
Your hair. It's green.
Good Lord, women, have you started already? It's not even 8:30. What am I looking at here? Oh! My hair's green!
What on earth did you do that for? Why do you want green hair?
I don't want green hair. I didn't do anything. Ah!
Maybe you used some of Mummy's peroxide by mistake.
Oh!
That's exactly what you've done. You stupid man.
Oh, my hair. My lovely hair. Oh! I've got my deal today. The Russians! What am I going to do?
I know what you can do.
What? What is it? What can I do?
You could pretend you're an elf.
Yes, that's it! I can pretend I'm a... What are you talking about? You stupid boy! This boy's a loony! Oh, my hair!
Mum, would you like to hear a story?
Don't be disgusting. Go on, creep on back to that library of yours or something. The sooner you're locked up in school, the better. Ugh.
Matilda! What a pleasure to see you. In library again now, are we? Yes. I mean, my mum wanted me to stay at home with her. She hates it when I go out. She misses me so much. Dad too. He loves having me around. But I think it's good for grown-ups to have their own space.
Well, your parents must be so proud to have a girl as clever as you, Matilda. And do you tell them lots of stories like you do with me? I love your stories, Matilda! And that's not a hint, by the way, but if you did happen to have a story you wanted to tell me...
Goodbye, Miss Phelps. See you next week.
Goodbye, Miss Honey, and good luck with the Tolstoy. As I was saying, Matilda, if you did happen to have a story you wanted to tell me, I could.
Who was that lady?
That lady? Oh, well, that was Miss Honey. She's going to be your teacher.
That lady? That lady's mine.
Yes, now your teacher. Now look, are you going to tell me a story or not?
Once upon a time. Once upon a time, the two greatest circus performers in the world, an escapologist who could escape from any lock that was ever invented, and an acrobat who was so skilled it seemed as if she could actually fly, fell in love and got married. They performed some of the most incredible feats together anyone has ever seen, and people would come from miles around. Kings, queens, celebrities, and astronauts. And not just to see their skill, but also to see their love for each other, which was so deep it was said that cats would purr as they passed them, and dogs would weep with joy. They moved into a beautiful old house on the edge of town, and in the evenings they would walk and take in the air. And each night the children of the town would wait in anticipation, hoping for a glimpse of the shiny white scarf that the acrobat always wore. But then they knew they had only to cry, "Tricks, tricks!" and the great performers would instantly oblige with the most spectacular show, just for them. But, although they loved each other, although they were famous, and everyone loved them, they were sad. We have everything that the world has to offer, said the wife. But we do not have the one thing in the world we want most.
But the one thing...
We do not have a child.
Patience, my love.
Patience, my love, the husband replied. Time is on our side. Even time loves us.
Oh, Matilda.
But time is the one thing no one is master of. And as time passed, they grew quite old, and still they had no child.
night, they listened to the silence of their big empty house, and they would imagine how beautiful it would be if it was filled with the sounds of a child playing.
Matilda, this is very sad.
Do you want me to stop?
No, don't you dare.
Their sadness overwhelmed them and drew them on to ever more dangerous feats as their work became the only place they could escape the inescapable tragedy of their lives. And so it was. They decided to perform the most dangerous feat ever known to man.
It is called!
Said the husband, announcing the event the world's press would gather to listen with bated breath.
The burning woman, hurling through the air, with dynamite in her hair, over sharks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in the cage. And it is the most dangerous feat ever known to man.
It is our destiny, said his wife, smiling sadly and slipping her hand into his. It is where the loneliness of life has led us.
Well, what happens next?
I don't know. Not yet, anyway.
But isn't there some more? I mean, just a little bit more. Okay. Well, I suppose your mother will be waiting for you. Oh, is she here? Matilda, I'd love to meet her.
Bye, Mr. Phelps. I'll see you tomorrow.
After your first day of school.
I'm a miracle. My daddy says I'm a special little guy.
I am a princess.
And I am a prince.
Mum says I'm an angel. Mum says I'm an angel.
Mum says I'm an angel.
So you think you're able to survive this test by being a prince or a princess? You will soon see there's no escaping tragedy. And even if you put in heaps of effort, you're just wasting energy. 'Cause your life, as you know it, is ancient history. I have suffered in this jail, have been trapped inside this cage for ages, this living hell. But if I try, I can remember back before my life had ended, before my happy days were over, before I first heard the feeling of the bell. Like you, I was curious, so innocent I asked 1,000 questions, but unless you want to suffer, listen up and I will teach you a thing or two. Do you listen here? My dear, you'll be punished so severely if you step on a line, and if you cry, it will be double. You should stay out of trouble and remember to be extremely careful. Why? 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 Did you hear what he said? Just you wait for phys ed. What's phys ed? Physical education. It's the Trunchbull speciality. My mummy says I'm a miracle. Ah!
My daddy said I would be the teacher's pet.
School is really fun, according to my mum.
Dad said I'm the alphabet.
The alphabet! Oh, you gotta learn to listen, kid. And so you think you're able to survive this mess by being a prince or a princess? You will soon see there's no escaping tragedy. And even if you put do I try? I can't remember. Back before my life had ended, before my happy days were over, before I first heard the pealing of the bell. Like you, I was curious, so innocent I asked 1,000 questions, but unless you want to suffer, listen up and I'll teach you a thing or two. You listen here, my dear, you'll be punished for severely if you step out of line and if you cry, it'll be double. You should stay out of trouble and remember to be extremely careful.
Why? Why? Did you hear what she said?
Just you wait for business. Just you wait for business. H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P-Q-R-S-T-U-E-W-X. Why? Just you wait for business.
Good morning, children. My name is Miss Honey, and today is a very special day. Your first day of school? Now, do any of you know any of your 2 times tables? Wonderful. Matilda, isn't it? Please stand and do as much as you can. Go ahead.
1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 2 is 10, 6 times 2 is 12, 7 times 2 is 14, 8 times 2 is 16, 9 times 2 is 18, 10 times 2 is 20, 11 times 2 is 22, 12 times 2 is 24, 13 times 2
Well,
is...
my word, that is very good.
13 times 2 is 26, 14 times 2 is 28, 15 times 2 is 30, 16 times 2 is 30...
Stop, good heavens, how far can you go?
I don't know. Quite a long way, I think.
Do you think you could tell me what 2 times 28 is?
56.
That's very... How about this? Now, this is much harder, so don't worry if you don't get it. But 2 times 487, if you took your time, do you think you could...
974.
12 sevens.
84.
No way! She's so talented.
All right, let's leave maths for the time being and look at reading. Can anyone read this?
Oh, me, miss, please, I really can't,
Very well, Nigel.
Yes!
Yes, I think we'd better leave it there, Nigel. I don't want you to burst a blood vessel on your first day.
Miss Honey.
Lavender, go ahead.
Is the first word tomato?
No, but tomato is a very good word.
Yes!
Matilda?
I can now read words.
So, Matilda, you can read words.
Yes. Well, I needed to learn to read words so that I could read sentences. Because basically a sentence is just a big bunch of words. But if you can't read sentences, you've got no chance with books.
And have you read a whole book by yourself, Matilda?
Oh yes, more than one. I love books. Last week I read quite a few.
A few? In a week? My, that is good. What books did you read?
Nicholas Nickleby, Oliver Twist, Jane Eyre, Tess of the Dubervilles, The Lord of the Rings, Kim, The Invisible Man, The Secret Garden, Crime and Punishment, and The Cat in the Hat.
Knock on the door, Jenny. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic. Knock on the door, Jenny. There's nothing to fear. You're being pathetic. It's just a door. You've seen one before. Just knock on the door. Look at you trying to hide, silly. Standing outside the principal's office like a little girl. It's just pathetic. Look at you hesitating, hands shaking. You should be embarrassed. You're not a little girl. It's just pathetic. Knock on the door, Jenny. What are you waiting for? Just knock on the door. Perhaps our wait. She's probably having a meeting or something and won't want to be interrupted. If anything, caution in these situations. It's sensible. One should avoid confrontation if possible. I'll come back later then. But this little girl, this miracle. Knock on the door, Jenny. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic. Enter. Well, don't just stand there like wet tissue. Get on with it. Well, it's Miss Trunchbull. There's in my class it is, a little girl called Matilda Wormwood, daughter of Mr. Harry Wormwood, who owns Wormwood Motors. Excellent man. Told me to watch out for the brat, though. So she's a real wart. Oh, no, headmistress, I don't think Matilda's that kind of child at all. What is the school motto, Miss Honey? Bambinatum es magitum. Bambinatum es magitum. Children are maggots. In fact, it must have been her who put that stink bomb under my desk this morning. I'll have her for it. Thank you for suggesting it. But I didn't... Miss Trunchbull, Matilda Wormwood is a genius. Nonsense. Haven't I just told you that she's a gangster? She knows her times tables. So she's learnt a few tricks. But she can read. So can I. I have to tell you, headmistress, that in my opinion, this little girl should be placed in the top form with the 11-year-olds. What? But she is a squib, a shrimp, an unhatched tadpole. We cannot just place her with the 11-year-olds. What kind of society would that be? What about rules, honey? Rules. I believe that Matilda Wormwood is an exception to the rules. An exception to the rules. In my school. Look at my trophies, see how my trophies gleam. In the sunlight, see how they shine. What do you think it took to become English hammer-throwing champion? 1969, do you think in that moment when my big moment came that I treated the rules with casual disdain? Well, like hell. As I stepped up to the circle, did I change my plan? What? As I chopped up my palms, did I wave my hands? I did not. As I started my spin, did I look at the view? Did I drift off in dream for a minute or two? Do you think I faltered or amended my rotation? Do you think I altered my intended elevation? As the hammer took off, did I change my grunt from a grunt I had practiced for many a month? Not a dot, not a jot. Did I stray from the plot? Not a detail of my throw was adjusted or forgotten. Not even when the hammer left my hands and sailed high up above the stands. Did I let myself go? Oh no, 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 no. No. If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. And if you want to make the team, you don't choose happiness or self-esteem. You just need to keep your feet inside the line. Sing, children. 2, 3, 4. If you want to throw the hammer for your country,
You have to stay inside the circle all the time. And if you want to achieve success, you don't use sympathy or tenderness. You have to force the little squints to toe the line. Sing, Jenny. 2, 3, 4. If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. Apply just one simple rule to hammer throwing life and school. Life's a ball, so learn to throw it. Find the volley line and toe it, and always keep your feet inside the line. Get out. I must tell you, Headmistress, it is my intention to help this little girl, whether you like it or not.
Stupid, nasty, stinking, slimy! How dare they speak to me like that? Who the hell do they think they are? Flippin', filthy, nasty, stupid Russians!
Oh, don't tell me we're not rich.
It's the mileage. They took one look at the mileage and they said, these cars are knackered. I told them, I said the reason the mileage is so high is a manufacturing mistake.
Is that true?
Of course it's not true.
So you lied?
Well, of course I lied.
And they didn't believe you?
Well, of course they didn't believe me. I've got green hair. Oh, well, what's this? Another flaming book? What's wrong with the telly?
She's got no respect, that one, for books and stories.
No, it's a lovely book. Honest, you should read it. I'm sure
Lovely? Well, here's what I think of your lovely.
No, it's from the library. It's a library book.
You shut a little brat.
I have to return it, please.
And get out of here, you little stinkworm.
Do we have any super glue?
In the cupboard. Oh! And while you're at it, why don't you stick that stupid book to your stupid head?
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot too. Mustn't act a little thing like it'll stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top of you, might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right.
I've got my eye on you, boy.
I'm a girl. Matilda! Hey, Matilda! in there. No, it's fine. I think they just fit. Right. Well, look, I better hang around just in case. If they start to squeeze out of your ears, you're going to need help. I'm Lavender, and I think it's probably for the best if we're best friends. Is that Nigel? Why is he screaming?
Oh, but tied me! Somebody put a whole can of treacle onto the Trunchbull's chair. She sat down, but when she got up, her necklace was stuck to the seat. Somebody told her that I did it, but I never, and now she's after me.
That's not fair. That's not fair at all.
You're done, kid. You're finished. Once Agatha Trunchbull decides you're guilty, you're squished.
Yesterday she caught Julius Rotwinkle eating licorice and all sort during science. She just picked him up, swung him around, and threw him out of the window.
Don't listen to them. That didn't happen. They're trying to scare us.
Oh, Matilda, they're saying she's going to put me in chokey.
What's choky?
They say it's a cupboard in her office that she throws children into. She's lined it with nails and spikes and bits of broken glass.
There's a place you are sent if you haven't been good, and it's made of spice and wood, and it isn't wide enough to sit. And even if you could, there are nails on the bottom, so you wish you stood. When the hinges creak and the door is closed, you cannot see squat, not the end of your nose. And when you scream, you don't know if the sound came out or if the scream in your head even reached your mouth.
About 20 minutes ago. Why? Oh no! She's coming!
You'd better hide! Quick! Lasers!
Don't tell her where I am! Sure!
No! You suckerating spleen! Where is the match known as Nigel?
He's over there under those coats. Where he's been for the last hour, actually.
What? An hour?
Oh, yes. You see, unfortunately, Nigel suffers from the rare but chronic sleep disorder narcolepsy. The condition is characterized by the sufferer experiencing bouts of chronic fatigue and falling suddenly asleep, often without knowing or any warning at all. You see, he fell asleep when we put him in the coats for safety, didn't we? Didn't we? Yes. He'll probably think he's in bed when he wakes up.
Oh, good morning. This isn't my bed. Where am I? Oh! Hello, Miss Trunchbull.
Amanda Thripp.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
What have I told you about wearing pigtails? I hate pigtails.
But my mummy likes them. She said they make you look pretty.
Then your mother is a top witch.
She can't do this. She didn't do anything. She can't do this. She's going to hit us.
you're Wormwood, are you? I might have known. Well, Wormwood, you've just made a very big mistake.
Just so you all know, she's my best
Yes! Brand new stock, sir. Yes, sir. Completely different cars, sir. Green hair. Yeah, it was, National Green Hair Day. The celebration of all the wonderful green things in the world, like lettuce and snot. Tomorrow at 1. Yes, sir. Bye-bye, sir. Das wie du da. Ho, 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 ho. And that is how you do. What? Oh, I can't get it off my head. Whoa! You know what? I'm gonna leave this on. Looks like rain.
My name is Miss Honey, Matilda's teacher.
A bit busy right now.
It will only take a moment.
Oh, well, come in if you must. This is Rudolfo. Oh, it's nothing like that. He's my dance partner. We're rehearsing.
Ciao.
Parla italiano? Bene. Ciao Rodolfo, piacere, come stai?
What? Babe, who's this? You know what interruptions do to my energy flow?
What do you want, Miss Chutney?
It's Miss Honey. Well, as you know, Matilda is in the bottom class, and children in the bottom class aren't really expected to read.
Well, stop her reading then. Lord knows we've tried.
I'm in my zone, dolls. I can feel it in my hips. Don't waste this.
Look, I'm not in favour of girls getting all clever pants, Miss Hussey. A girl should be thinking about makeup and hair dye. Looks are more important than books. Now look at you. Oh. Look at me. You chose books. I chose looks.
I beg your pardon?
Babes, I'm on fire here, please.
But Matilda can calculate complicated figures in her head in an instant.
Calculate this.
Her mind is incredible. With a little help from us, she could possibly...
Mind? Her mind? You really don't know anything, do you? Somewhere along the way, my dear, you've made an awful error. You oughtn't blame yourself now. Come along. You seem to think that people are clever. It's very quaint. Ooh, it's very sweet. But wrong. Oh no. People don't like smarty pants what go around claiming that they know stuff we don't know. Now here's a tip. What you know matters less than the volume with what you don't know's expressed. Content has never been less important. So you have got to be la la la. Girl, you gotta learn to
your name.
What you got is not a lot. You gotta be loud.
You gotta give yourself permission to shine.
Stand up and be proud.
A little less, a lot more zing. A little less, a lot more swang. Little less dressed like your mum. A little more bam, 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 bam.
Oh, I look nice.
You don't. No one's gonna tell you when to wiggle your bum.
No one's gonna love you if you don't know the rumba.
Everybody loves a little something exotic.
But learning a language is over the top.
It doesn't really matter if you don't know naught.
So long as you don't know with a bit of clout. The less you have to sell, the harder you sell it. The less you have to say, the ladder you go. Done with the act, the big, the confection. The less you have to show, the ladder you're dressing. You gotta get up, you gotta get up and be loud.
Judges,
Watch this.
you gotta be loud. Stick out from the crowd. I ain't listening. You gotta be loud. You better give us a permission to shut. Don't bring me proud. Think you're clever. Whatever. Loud, 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 loud. You gotta be loud.
Stop being pathetic, Jenny. Just get on your feet, Jenny. You are going to march in there and give them a piece of your mind. Leave it alone, Jenny. The more that you try, the more you'll just look like a fool. This is not your problem. You've not got the spine. You are a teacher, just go back to school. But this little girl, this miracle, she seems not to know that she's special at all. And what sort of teacher would I be if I let this little girl fall? I can see this little girl needs somebody strong to fight by her side. Instead, she's found pathetic little me. And another door closes, and Jenny's outside.
And so, the great day arrived! It was like the entire world had gathered to see the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects caught by the man locked in the cage. Everything was arranged by the Acrobat sister. A frightening woman who used to be an Olympic class hammer thrower and who loved nothing better than to scare the children of the town. People whispered that in her dark and brooding heart, she resented her sister, both her success and her love. Then suddenly, the Escapologist stepped out. There was no sign of the Acrobat, and no glimpse at all of a shiny white scarf. And instead of the musical fanfare, there was silence as he solemnly strode into the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in the cage, has been cancelled.
No! Yes. The audience gasped so loud that a passing aeroplane caught it on its instrumentation and reported it as an atmospheric phenomenon.
Cancelled because my wife is pregnant!
Oh, Matilda! Absolute silence. You could have heard a fly burp. Then suddenly, the audience stood to its feet and roared in appreciation. The great feat was instantly forgotten, and the applause went on for nearly an hour.
So it has a happy ending, then.
Forgotten by everyone except, that is. The Acrobat's sister. When all had quietened down, she stepped forward and produced a contract.
A contract?
A contract you have signed to perform this feat, and perform this feat you shall. I have paid for the posters, publicity, the catering, the toilet facilities. I give the proud their money back. Where is my profit? A contract is a contract is a contract. My hands are tied. The burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in the cage, will be performed and performed this day, or off to prison you both shall go.
No! No! Well, what happens next?
I don't know yet. I'll tell you tomorrow.
Tomorrow? But I don't know if my nerves will make it until tomorrow.
Mrs. Phelps, are you crying? Maybe I shouldn't tell you anymore.
Matilda, we must find out how it ends. And I'm not crying because it's sad. It's just, oh well, they wanted that child so very much. It must be so wonderful for a child to be so wanted.
Yes, wonderful. Goodbye, Mrs. Phelps.
Matilda, could I speak to you for a moment? I'm afraid I've not been too successful in getting others to recognize your abilities. So, starting tomorrow, I shall bring in a selection of very clever books that will challenge your mind, and you may sit and read them when I teach the others. And if you have any questions, well, I shall do my best to answer them. How does that sound?
I'm
Matilda. It's the biggest hug in the world. You're going to hug all of the air to me.
Matilda Wormwood! Matilda Wormwood, where is...
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
So you admit it, do you?
Admit what, Miss Trunchbull?
This clot, this foul carbuncle is none other than a disgusting criminal, a member of the mafia, a denizen of the underworld. This morning you sneaked like a serpent into the kitchen and stole a slice of my private chocolate cake off my tea tray.
No, I did not. Miss Trunchbull, Matilda's been here all morning.
Standing up with a little spitball, are you? Well, this crime took place before school started, and therefore she is Guilty. Guilty!
Okay, look. All right, I stole the cake. And honestly, I was really, definitely, sort of, almost thinking about owning up. Maybe. But the thing is, the Trunchbull's cake was so good that I'd scoffed it down too quick. And now, it was beginning to fight back. Oops. See?
I'm not guilty, I didn't do anything! You are guilty, because you are a crook. You are a thief, you are a thief! I shall crush you, I shall pound you, I shall consign you to the seventh circle of hell, child! You shall be destroyed!
It was the biggest burp I had ever done. It was the biggest burp I had ever heard. The biggest burp I had ever heard about. It was like the entire world went silent for that burp to exist. And as a huge cloud of chocolatey gas wafted from my mouth and drifted across the class, past Lavender, past Alice, past Matilda, and my great, big, beautiful chocolatey burp, which now seemed to have a mind of its own, wafted full into the face of the Trunchbull!
Bruce Bogtrotter.
Yes, miss?
You liked my cake, didn't you, Bruce?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull, and I'm very sorry, but...
Oh no, as long as you enjoyed the cake. That's the main thing.
Is it?
Yes, Bogtrotter, it is.
Oh, well, I did. Thank you.
Wonderful. Marvellous. Makes me so happy. Gives me a warm glow in my lower intestine. Oh, cook! What's the matter, Bogtrotter? Lost your appetite?
Well, yes, I'm full.
Oh no, you are not full. I will tell you are full, and I say that criminals like you are not full until you've eaten the entire cake.
But
we haven't got time for but. Eat.
But I can't eat it all.
Mistress, he'll be sick.
You should have thought of that before I decided to make a pact with Satan and steal my cake. Eat.
He can't!
Eat.
Surely can't.
Eat.
Might explode.
Eat.
A single slice, or even two, Bruce, might have been nice. But even you, Bruce, had to admit, between you and it, there's not a lot of difference in size. He can't, surely can't, he surely can't. He might explode,
He's quite elastic.
he's going to blow, make him stop.
He's fantastic. Look at him go.
I can't watch anything in effect. This must be burn, Bruce, but we all suspected you have a worm, Bruce. Or in your largeness, it's like a TARDIS. Consider
you'll want your trousers loose. Oh, stuff it in, you're almost finished. You'll fit it in, whatever you do, just soak it in. Don't let it win. Come on, Bruce, be our hero. Cover yourself in chocolate glory.
Too much. It's just too much.
Go on, Bruce. Do it.
Silence!
Bruce will never again be subject to abuse for your immense caboose. Should call the truce, Bruce. There's one more finding you'll completely cooked your goose. We never thought it was possible, but here it is coming true. We can have our cake and eat it.
Sorry, headmistress, I got carried away.
Oh, that's all right, Jenny. We all get carried away sometimes. Even me. Well done, Bogtrotter. Good show. Well, come along, Bogtrotter.
What? Where?
Oh, did I not mention that was the first part of your punishment? There's more. The second part. And the second part is choking.
What?
No, Miss Trunchbull, please, you can't.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull, please, you can. Did you really think I would allow myself to be defeated by these maggots? Did you? Who do you think I am, Miss Honey? A weakling? An idiot? A fool? You?
What? No, please don't take me. Don't get it. Don't take me. No, wait. Please, no, don't take me. No, please, stop. Wait, no.
That's not right.
I would like to offer an apology for some of the things that have been going on here tonight. They are not nice things, and they are not right things. And I would just like to state, categorically, that we do not want any children to be here tonight to go out and try these things for themselves. I am, of course, talking about reading books. It is not normal for kids to behave in this fashion. See, it stunts the brain, it wears out the eyes, it makes kids ugly, Betty, sweaty, boring, gaseous, and crucially, it gives them voracious of the mind. Under no circumstances do we condone such activities, and we do so utterly without reservoirs. I would just like to ask now, by a show of hands, how many adults in the audience have ever read a book? Oh my good Lord, my word. Everyone keep your hands up, keep your hands up. You there with the green quarter zip in the front, what's your name? Mark. Well, Mark, don't take this the wrong way, but... Bookworm, bookworm, stinky little bookworm, you read books
looks like a stinky little bookworm. You read books like a worm. Worms read books. Mark reads books. Worms are stupid. You're a swerve. All right. Now, Mark here will learn from that. It won't stop him reading, but he'll never put his hand up in a theatre again. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you... Come on. May I present to you today the pinnacle of our achievements as a species. The very reason we bothered evolving out of unicorns in the first place. Somewhere on a show, I heard that a picture tells 1,000 words. So telly, if you bother to take a look, is the equivalent of, like, lots of books. All I know I learned from telly, this big beautiful box of facts. If you know a thing already, baby, you can switch the channel just like that. Endless joy and endless laughter, folks living happily ever after. All you need to make you wise is 23 minutes plus advertisements. Why would we waste our energy turning the pages 1, 2, 3? We can sit comfortably on our lovely balconies, watching people singing and talking and doing stuff. All I know I learned from telly. The bigger the telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big telly just how clever of a feather I am. Take it away, son. You can't learn that from a stupid book, right? All I know I learned from telly, what to think and what to buy. Now I was pretty smart already, but now I'm really, really smart, very, very smart. Endless content, endless channels, endless chat on endless panels. All you need to fill your muffin without having to really think or nothing. Why would we waste our energy trying to work out Ulysses? We can sit happily on our lovely balconies, watch slightly famous people talking to really famous people. All I know I learned from telly. The bigger the telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big telly just how clever of a fella I am. Who the Dickens is Charles Dickens? Mary Shelley, oh she sounds smelly. Charlie Bronte, do not want tea. Jane Austen, incomposting. James Joyce, he doesn't sound nice. In the queuing, I feel like spewing. William Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. Moby Dick. Hey! Easy, Mark. All together now, everybody. I want to hear it. All I know, I learned from telly. Say it with me. The bigger the telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big telly what a very clever fella. Just me, or am I amazing? Hey! Hey, good night, everybody! You love me!
friend. There's a bit coming up that's all about me! Well, not exactly about me, but I play a big part in it. But I'm not going to say what happens because I don't want to spoil it for you. All right, look. What I do is I volunteer to get the Trunchbull a jug of water, and then No! I'm not going to tell you what happens next because I don't want to ruin it! On the way back, I find a newt. A newt is like a really ugly lizard that lives in water. And I pick it up, and No! I will not say any more! I'm going to put the newt in the Trunchbull's jug. It's going to be brilliant! When I grow up, I will be tall enough to reach the branches that I need to reach to climb the trees you get to climb when you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will be smart enough to answer all the questions that you need to know the answers to before you're grown up.
And when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day on the way to work, and I will go to bed late every night. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will watch cartoons until my eyes go square. And I won't care 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up, when I grow up, when I grow up, I will be strong enough to carry all the heavy things you have to haul around with you when you're a grown up. And when I grow up, when I grow up, when I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown up. And when I grow up, I will hug trees every day, and I'll play with things that fun pretends that moms don't think are fun. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will spend all day just lying in the sun. 'Cause I won't hurt 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown up.
That's not right.
Matilda, how lovely to see you. Are you enjoying school?
Oh yes, bits of it anyway. Mrs. Phelps, where's the revenge section?
What? Matilda, we don't have a revenge section. Why, is there a child at school who's behaving like a bully?
Oh no, not a child exactly.
Matilda, are you sure something's not
Do you want to hear the next part of the story?
Story? Did you say story, Matilda? What are we waiting for? Oh my goodness!
Slowly, very slowly, the acrobat wound her shiny white scarf around her husband's neck. For luck, my love, she said, kissing him with the gentlest of kisses. Smile, we have done this 1,000 times. But suddenly, she hugged him with the biggest hug in the world, so hard that he felt that she would hug all of the air out of him. And so, they prepared themselves for the most dangerous feat that had ever been performed. The great Escapologist had to escape from the cage, lean out, catch his wife with one hand, grab a fire extinguisher with the other, and put out the flames on her specially designed dress within 12 seconds before they reached the dynamite and blew his wife's head off!
I'm so sorry, go on!
The trick started when? The moment the specially designed dress was set alight, the acrobat swung into the air. The crowd held their breath as she hurled over the sharks and spiky objects. 1 second, 2 seconds, they watched as the flames crept up the dress. 3 seconds, 4 seconds, she began to reach out her arms towards the cage. 5 seconds, 6 seconds, suddenly the padlocks pinched open and a huge chain fell away. 7 seconds, 8 seconds, the door flung open and the Escapologist reached out one huge, muscled arm to catch his wife and the child. 9 seconds, 10 seconds! 11 seconds, and he grabs her hand and suddenly the flames are covered in foam before they can both be blown to pieces!
So it has a happy ending then?
No. No. Maybe it was the thought of their child. Maybe it was nerves. The Escapologist's shoes just tapped too much foam, and suddenly their hands became slippy. And she fell.
Was she okay? Did she survive?
She broke every bone in her body, except the ones at the ends of her little fingers. She did manage to live long enough to have their child, but the effort was too great. Love our little girl, she said. Love our daughter with all your heart. She is all we ever wanted.
Love our girl with everything. She's everything.
And then she died. And then things got worse.
Worse? Matilda, things can't get any worse.
I'm afraid they did.
Because the Escapologist was so kind that he never for 1 second blamed the evil sister for what happened. In fact, he asked her to move in and help look after his daughter. She was nothing but cruel to the little girl, making her wash and iron and cook and clean and beating her if she did a thing wrong. But always in secret, so that the Escapologist never suspected a thing. And so, the poor little girl grew up with the meanest, vilest, horriblest aunt you could possibly imagine! Let's call the police! Mrs. Phelps, it's just a story.
What? Oh, yes, of course. Just a story of Matilda. You are so smart. Your parents must think they've won the lottery having a child like you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do. They're always saying that, in fact. They say, Matilda, I'm so proud of you. You're like winning the lottery. Yeah. I'd better go.
I'm so clever, I'm so clever, I'm so very, 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 very clever. I'm so very flaming clever, what a very clever fella I am. Come here, you!
Stop! There's only one man I do that with.
Everyone, gather round. I want my whole family to share in my triumph. Not you, boys.
I'm a girl.
155 knackered old bangers on my hands, all polished up, but the mileage on the clock was telling the truth. The HM was knackered now. How could I possibly make the mileage go back? I couldn't very well drive HM backwards now, could I? Backwards! When suddenly, I had the most genius idea in the world. I ran into the workshop. I grabbed a drill and then, using my incredible mind, I attached the drill to the speedometer of the first car. I turned it on and then I whacked it into reverse. Backwards! Yes, boy, backwards. Exactly. The drill then whirls backwards 1,000 times a second. And within a few minutes, I had reduced the mileage on that old rust bucket to practically nothing. I did it to every single car. Backwards!
Stop talking now, darling. There's a good boy.
Oh, 10 minutes later, the Russians show up. Great big nasty face tapes, expensive suits, dark glasses, don't know who they thought they were.
Russians are nocturnal. I saw it on a program last night.
That was badgers. It was a program about badgers.
Same thing. And did it work? Fantastico! Now I can afford Rudolpho all day long!
But you cheated them. That's not fair at all. They trusted you, and you've cheated them.
What is the matter with you? What have we done to deserve a child like you?
You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to go down to that library and tell that old bag that you are never to be let in again.
What the
And if she does, I'll have her fired. And you will never read another stinking book as long as you live. I will put an end to your stories on that. Now, get in there. And stay in there, you nasty little creep!
daughter cried herself to sleep, alone in her room. She never said a single word about the even arts bullying, as she didn't want to cause a fuss, and so she suffered in silence. This only encouraged the women to greater cruelties, until one day she exploded.
You are a useless, filthy, nasty little creep!
And she beat her and threw her into a dank, dark, dusty cellar, locked the door, and went out. But that day, Escapologist happened to come home early. When he heard the sound of his daughter's tears, he smashed the door open!
Don't cry, I am here, little girl. Please don't cry, dry your eyes, wipe away your tears, little girl. Forgive me, I didn't mean to desert you. Don't cry, little girl. Nothing can hurt you, you've nothing to fear. I'm here.
I've been so wrapped up in my grief for my wife that I've forgotten the one thing that mattered to us most.
I love you so much, my daughter. I shall spend the rest of my life making it up to you. We struggle together. Forever.
Don't cry, Daddy. I'm alright, Daddy. Please don't cry. Let me wipe away your tears.
Forgive me.
Daddy, forgive me.
I didn't mean to desert you.
I didn't want to upset you, 'cause Daddy
Don't
told
cry, little girl.
right.
Nothing
By
can
my
hurt
side,
you.
I have nothing to
fear. I'm
That night, when the little girl fell asleep, the Escapologist's thoughts turned to the Acrobat's sister, and an almighty rage grew inside his great heart.
This demon! This villain! This monster! She has sullied the memory of my wife! She has betrayed the trust of her own sister! She has shown cruelty to the most precious reality of my marriage! Bullying children is her game, is it? Let us see what this creature thinks she can do when the wrath of a grown man stands before her!
But when the little girl fell asleep, the Escapologist never came home. Ever again.
Matilda, I've got you those books we spoke about, if you like.
What are you doing with those books, woman?
Before Matilda.
No, they are not. Not on my watch. There is an age for reading and an age for being a filthy little toad. These are toads. Aren't you, bog-trotter?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull. Only bog-trotter here is now a good toad. Sit. It has become clear clear to me, honey, that you have no idea what you are doing. You believe in kindness and fluffiness and books and stories. That is not teaching. To teach the child, we must first break the child. Quiet, you maggots!
No one was speaking, Miss Trunchbull.
Miss Honey, please understand that when I say quiet, you maggots, you are entirely included in that statement. Where's my drink of water? I'll
get it, Miss Trunchbull.
Stupid girl. Look at you. Flabby. Disgusting. Revolting. I said. I think it's time we toughened you all up with a little phys ed. This school of late has started reeking. Quiet, maggot, when I'm speaking. Reeking with the most disturbing scent. Only the finest nostrils smell it, but I know it all too well. It is the odor of rebellion. It's the bouquet of dissent. And you may bet your breeches this headmistress finds this fellow deferousness wholly olfactorily insulting. And so to stop the stench spread, I find a session of phys ed, sorts that nearly range from the revolting. The smell of rebellion comes out in the sweat, and phys ed will get you sweating. And it won't be long before I smell the pong of aiding and abetting. A bit of phys ed will show us who has a head full of rebellious thoughts. Hold, just like a rotten egg floats to the top of a bucket of water. The smell of rebellion, the stench of revelry, the reek of insubordination.
I can take
the
it as
of resistance, the pong of dissent, the fog of mutiny in action. That's not right. Before a weed becomes too big and greedy, you really need to nip it in the bud. Position 2. Before a worm starts to squirm, we must scrape off the dirt and rip it from the mud. With of insurgent to the stench, of intent to the reek, of prepubescent protest, the funk of wines, the odor of 1, 2, 3, a waft of anarchy in progress.
Miss, please.
Once we've exorcised these demons, they shall be too poot for scheming. Some double time discipline should stop the rot from setting in. All right, let's step it up. Double time. 2, 3, 4. Discipline for children who aren't listening, for midgets who are fidgeting and whispering in history, the chattering and chittering, the nattering and spittering, are tempered with the spattering of discipline. We must begin insisting on rigidity and discipline, persistently resisting this anarchistic missioning. For minutes you are frittering and pandering and pittering, while little ones like this, they just need discipline. The simpering and whimpering, the dribbling and spittling, the misguided tissue is an issue we can fix. There's no mystery to mastering the art of classroom mistressing. And discipline. The smell of rebellion, the stench of revolt, the reek of prepubescent plotting, the whiff of resistance, the pour of dissent, the funk of model fibrosity. Imagine a world with no children. Close your eyes and just dream. Imagine, come and try it. The peace and the quiet, a burbling stream. Now imagine a wood
the cottage, and inside that cottage we find a parrot called Zig, a carnival freak who can fold paper hats with his mind, and he says, don't let them steal your horses, don't let them throw them away, no, 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 if you find your way through, they'll be waiting for you, say, nay, nay. She's mad. Oh, and there, just like I said, the stinky maggot rears her head. Even the piggiest, squiddiest mess can harbor a seed of stinkiness. Have you ever seen anything more repellent? Have you ever smelled anything worse than the smell of rebellion? The stench of revolt, the reek of insubordination, the wave of resistance, the pall of dissent. And I will not stop till you are squashed, till this rebellion is quashed, till glorious sweaty discipline has washed the sickening stench away.
Look, it's the newt. Can you see it? It's the newt. I've got the newt. This is the newt. Look, I'm going to put the newt into the
Quiet! I don't think this is teaching at all. I think it's just cruelty. That is because you, Miss Honey, are pathetic. You are wet. You are weak. You are, in fact, a snivelling little newt. Newt! It's a newt! Forget it! Please! You did this! You vile, repentant, malicious little
Oh no, stop!
It's a maggot! Stop! But I'm only just getting started! Mrs. Trunchbull, don't you pull her ears off! Miss Honey, I have discovered through many years of experimentation that the ears of young girls do not come off. They stretch. In fact, I can feel these ones stretching now! Miss Trunchbull, no!
Leave her alone, you big, fat Benny!
How dare you! You are not fit to be in this school. You ought to be in a prison. In the deepest, dankest, darkest prison. I shall have you wheeled out, strapped to a trolley with a muzzle over your mouth. I shall crush you. I shall pound you. I shall dissect you, madam. I shall strap you to a table and perform experiments on you. And all of these little slugs shall suffer the most appalling indignities because of you. Yes, you. I shall feed you to the termites, and then I shall take those termites and smash them into tiny fragments, and then I shall take
I have about how when I say red. For example, there's no way of knowing if red means the same thing in your head as red means in my head when someone says red. Now if we are travelling at almost the speed of light and we're holding a light, that light would still travel away from us at the full speed of light, which seems right in a way. What I'm trying to say, I'm not sure, but I wonder if inside my head I'm not just a bit different from some of my friends. These answers that come into my mind unbidden, these stories delivered to me fully written, and when everyone shouts like they seem to like shouting, the noise in my head is incredibly loud, and I just wish they'd stop. My dad and my mum and the telly and stories would stop just once, and I'm sorry, I'm not quite explaining it right, but this noise becomes anger, and the anger is light, and this burning inside me would usually fade, but it isn't today, and the heat and the shouting, and my heart is pounding, and my eyes are burning, and certainly everything is quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. Just that still sort of quiet. Like the sound of a page being turned in a book. sound of your heart in your head. And though the people around me, they're now just still moving, and the words they are forming cannot reach me anymore. And it is quiet, and I am warm, like I've sailed into the eye of the storm. Go on. Tip. Tip over. Tip. Tip over.
Miserable collection of excuses for children, and you, yes you, are its beating heart. But I am a match for you, and there is no length to it I shall not. What is it? What is it? Get it off of me! Get it off of me, children, please! Get it off of me! Please! Ah, please! It's Eleanor! I've got a newt in my knickers! I've got a newt in my knickers! I've got a newt in my knickers! Ah!
Well, that was interesting. I think we'd all better go home before... Matilda?
What?
Matilda, I think it would be wise to go before...
What? Please. I moved it with my eyes. Am I strange?
How do you fancy a nice cup of tea?
What do you think this is, this thing with my eyes?
I cannot pretend that I know, Matilda. I don't think it's something we should be frightened of. I think it has something to do with that incredible mind of yours.
You mean, there's no room in my head for all my brains they have to squish out through my eyes?
Not exactly, but yes. Something like that. You really are a special girl, Matilda. I met your mother. She's unusual. What about your father? Is he proud to have a daughter as clever as you?
Oh, yeah. Very. He is very proud. He's very, very, very proud. He's always saying, Matilda, I'm very proud to have a daughter as... That's not true, Miss Annie. That's not what he says. He's not proud at all. He calls me a liar and a cheat. And a nasty little creep.
I see. Well, here we are. Home sweet home.
Are you poor?
Well, yes. Yes, I am. Very.
Don't they pay teachers very much?
Well, they don't, actually. But I'm even poorer than most. Because of other reasons. See, I used to live with my aunt. But one day, I went out walking, and I came across a soap shed. And I fell completely in love with it. I ran to the farmer, and I begged him to let me move in. He thought I was mad, but he agreed. And I lived here ever since.
Miss Honey, you can't live in a shed.
I'm not strong like you, Matilda. See, my father died when I was very young. Magnus was his name. He was very kind. But when he was gone, my aunt became my legal guardian. She was mean and cruel like you would hardly imagine. And then, when I got my job as a teacher, she presented me with a bill for looking after me all those years. She'd written everything down, every tea bag, every electricity bill, every tin of beans. And she made me sign a contract to pay her back every penny. She even produced a document that said my father had given her his entire house.
But did he really do that? Magnus, I mean, did he really just give her his house?
I don't know, but I find it hard to believe. Just like I cannot believe that he would have killed himself, which is what she said happened.
You think she did him in, don't you, Miss Honey?
I cannot say, Matilda. All I know is that years of being bullied by that woman made me, well, pathetic. I was trapped.
And that's why you live here.
This roof keeps me dry when the rain falls. This door helps to keep the cold at bay. On this floor I can stand on my own 2 feet. On this chair I can write my lessons. On this pillow I can dream my nights away. And this table, as you can see, it's perfect for tea. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough.
Miss Honey, she's got your father's house. She's got everything that's yours.
On these walls I hang wonderful pictures. Through this window I can watch the seasons change. By this lamp I can read. And I am set free. And when it's cold outside, I feel no fear. Even in the winter storms, I am warmed by the small but stubborn fire. And there is nowhere I would rather be. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. For this is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. For this is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough. And when it's cold and bleak, I feel no fear. Even in the fiercest storms, I am warmed by the small stubborn fire. Even when outside it's freezing, I don't pay much heed. I know that everything I need is in here. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough for me.
this your father's scarf?
Yes. Mother gave it to him before she died. You see, she was
An acrobat.
Yes, she was. And my father was an
escapologist.
Matilda, how did you know that?
So they were your parents?
Who? I don't know what you're talking
The people in my story.
What story?
A story. I've been telling a story, and I thought I was making it up. But it's real. It's your life. I've seen your life.
You've seen my life.
She did him in. Let's go to the police.
What? No, we can't. We have no evidence.
But you can just tell them. Tell them she did it.
That wouldn't work, Matilda. It'd be my word against hers. Besides, they never believed she was capable of murder.
But why? She was so cruel to you. She beat you, she shouted at you, she locked you up in tiny cupboards and threw you in cellars.
Stop, Matilda, please.
Miss Honey, your aunt's a murderer. She killed Magnus. Who is she?
A contract is a contract is a contract.
Miss Trunchbull.
In this world, children, there are two types of human being, the winners and the losers. I am a winner. I play by the rules and I win. If I play by the rules and I do not win, something is wrong. Something is not working. And if something is wrong, you have to put it right, even if it screams. What are you looking at? You. This class is going to have a very special spelling test. Any child who gets any single answer wrong shall go to choking. You. Spell, spell newt. Newt. N-E-W-T, newt. What?
Miss Honey's taught us. She's very good at teaching.
Nonsense! Miss Honey is too soft and peachy to be good at anything. You moron can see that. You, stand up, turn around, and spell the one thing you all are. Revolting.
Revolting. R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N-G. Revolting.
You're cheating!
Of course she's not cheating, she's simply spelling the word.
These slugs cannot be this clever. They are worms.
I've taught them, that's all. Kindness and patience and respect.
How dare you bring those words into my classroom? You know nothing of teaching, and I shall prove it. You, filthbog, snot-nose, spell amachilitanopanilipinosis.
That's not a word, you just made it up.
Spell or go to chokey.
A-M-C-H-E-L-L-A.
Oh dear. I'm very, very dead.
K.
I'm so sorry. It was a silent Z. You're going to chokey.
No!
Yes, come with me. You're going, yes, to chokey.
C-A-F, cat. I got it wrong too, miss. You have to put me in chokey. What?
Dog. D-Y-P, dog. And me. What are you doing?
Table. X-A-B-F-Y. And me.
What's going on?
Banana.
Children, stop! I'm listening! What's going on? What are you doing, children? Stop! Do you hear? What are they doing? Stop! Children, stop! Are you listening? Stop, maggots! What are you doing? What's going on?
Me. P-Y-T-L-F-D-R-D-S-W. Revolting! Tasty!
chokey too, miss. You can't put us all in chokey. Come now, maggots. Did you really think I hadn't thought of that? I've been busy. A whole array of trochees. One for each and every one of you. Now that we've had our little test, I can tell you that each and every one of you has failed. You see, children, there are two types of human being in this world. The winners and the losers. I am a winner.
The chalk! Look, the chalk!
What?
It's moving.
Look, it's moving. What's the devil? Who? It's writing something. Agatha. Stop this. Do you hear?
Agatha. This is Magnus.
It can't be. It can't be Magnus. It can't be.
Give my Jenny back.
Who's doing this? What's going on? Please. Please stop. What's going on? It can't be Magnus.
Yes. You like you boss me.
Right.
Whoa. Never again will she get the best of me. Never again will she take away my freedom. And we won't forget the day we fought
For the right to be a little bit naughty. Never again.
Chokey door slam.
Never again.
Will I be bullied and
Never again.
I doubt it's when
My mommy says I'm a miracle. Never again. Never again will we leave behind bars. Never again will we know we are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting stand. And we'll have the Trunchbull bolting where revolting. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting stand. And we'll have the Trunchbull bolting where revolting.
Will become a screaming hole!
Take out your hockey stick and use it as a sword.
never again will we be ignored.
We'll find out that time is gone.
Appropriate pictures on the board!
It's not revolting, we're revolting. We can SPL how we like.
If enough of us are wrong, wrong is right.
Everyone N-O-R-T. Why? 'Cause we're a little bit naughty. So you gotta stay inside your line.
If we disobey at the same time,
There is nothing a Trunchbull can do.
she can take our
You really think you push us too far? But there's no going back now. We are R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N.
remote they done.
U-S-I-N-G.
So
U-S-I-N-G. Libby, R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N-G. It is too early for you. We are revolting.
we are revolting children living in revolting times.
We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting stand. It is too early for you. We are
Never again will she get the best of me.
A few days later, the Acrobat and the Escapologist's daughter received a letter in the mail from a solicitor. It said that her parents' will had mysteriously turned up, and she was now the owner of the beautiful old house, which up until that moment been owned by the evil aunt, one Miss Agatha Trunchbull. She moved in immediately and was happy. Happier than she had ever been in her entire life.
As for Miss Trunchbull, she was never seen again. The chokies were immediately destroyed, and a new headmistress took over.
And her name was Miss Honey, and it was often said that it was the best school in all the land.
And you know something else? Matilda was never again able to move things with her eyes. I thought perhaps it was because her mind was being challenged, but she said it was because she no longer had a need for superpowers. Sometimes I look at Matilda, this little girl who had done so much to help others, but who was trapped with parents who were mean and cruel and called her names. And I would wish that I could just do something.
So, this is the end. Well, I wish so much that I could tell you that this story has a happy ending. I wish so much that I could tell you that Matilda got all the love that she deserved. But perhaps the truth is, not all stories have happy endings.
Well, don't just stand there gobbing. We're going to Spain.
Spain? But why?
Because this idiot, this nit, this twit brain decided it would be a good idea to sell 155 old bangers to the Russian mafia.
Well, I didn't know there was a flaming Russian mafia now, did I? Come on, boy. We're leaving forever, and we're never coming back.
Let Matilda stay here with me.
I beg your pardon.
I would love to take Matilda. She would like to stay with me, that is. I would look after her with love and care and respect, and I would pay for everything. Would you like that, Matilda?
You mean leave our daughter here with you?
What did you say? Did you call me?
They'll be here any minute.
Thank you. You called me your daughter.
They're here.
Quick, hide in the box!
Come on.
Oh, come on.
Give me here.
You are the Wormwood's daughter.
Yes.
Where is your father?
I don't know.
The Wormwood is a stupid man. And being stupid, he assumed I was stupid too. That is very stupid and quite rude thing to do.
Yes. But I'm afraid my father is quite rude and very, very stupid.
Did you know this? At least there's one clever one in the family. What is your name, little girl?
Matilda.
I like you, Matilda. You seem very smart. Sadly, in my line of work, I don't often get to meet the smartest people I know. The people I deal with, well, you could say that their thinking is quite backwards.
Backwards! Right, listen here. Hey, listen here, you're the wrong person you've ever met in your life.
И да запокрави минутацию отца. Да. Приятно познакомиться такой оедевачой.
Спасибо. Мне тоже приятно познакомиться с вами.
Ты говоришь по-русски?
Не так хорошо, как бы мне хотелось. И так красивый язык. Я буду стараться изучать его дальше.
Matilda, who taught you how to speak Russian?
I taught myself, I suppose.
I was reading Dostoevsky and I just thought it would be better to read it in the language it was written in.
I'm sad. It is truly an honor to meet you. Your father is a very stupid man and rude to both of us. Yes, I can very easily have one of my men teach him some manners. And when he gets out of hospital, he still be quite stupid, but not so rude, I suppose. That is my gift to you. What do you say?
Mr. Sergey, this is a very tempting offer. But he is my father, and I am his daughter. I think I've had enough of revenge.
This little girl, this miracle, Matilda. State di lei!
Ja domov сказала да! Я что за думал, что сказал да!
Matilda! Ja сказал Matilda! Что звеми се воленджа?
Easy steiger.
Easy stupid.
Easy steiger.
No. Your father is very, very stupid and still quite rude, yes? But he is also very, very lucky to have you as his daughter. Although, if I ever do business here again, and I see him, he will not be so lucky.
Quick, let's get out of here before they change their minds. Go.
Wait! What about the girl? Do you want to stay here with Miss Honey?
Yes. Yes, I do.
And you wanna look after her?
I do.
Well, we are a bit short of room, so... Yes.
Thank you.
Matilda leapt into Miss Honey's arms.
And hugged her.
And Miss Honey hugged her back.
And they hardly noticed as the Wormwoods.
And Rodolfo!
As the Wormwoods and Rodolfo sped away into the distance.
Because they had found each other.